Does or should the Healthcare District Board have a position about contracting out our ambulance service? Tracy?
I've never been afraid to take political positions, and that would certainly be a political position. The contracting of hospital services is right now, it's within the fire department. Of course, the ambulance and the emergency care, emergency providers are first responders are in the Alameda Fire Department, and that service is under the City of Alameda and under the City Council. I appreciate the question, but I'm not sure how that would happen. I think that that if the hospital was dissatisfied with the quality of care of the first responders, or if the hospital had ideas about how to improve the services, the hospital should be able to weigh in with the City Council. And that's a really good segue into one of my points, which is that the hospital board needs to have a closer relationship with the City Council, in my opinion. And when I was on the school board, I established, Mayor Johnson and I established the first school district city joint committee. And it really was effective to addressing, first of all, when it started, we addressed the Bayport development. We addressed the closure of 3 schools in the West End and the opening of Ruby Bridges Elementary School. And later we addressed issues, well, just slightly before I left my position, left the board, but we talked about the land swap and things like that, things that were impacting the kids, students in Alameda. And the residents of Alameda similarly are interested in things that are impacting the hospital, but that the city, like the ambulance service, may have a role in addressing. So I think that this would be a great opportunity, and if I were on the board, I would suggest that that the hospital board, the hospital board and the City Council should have a regular, quarterly, monthly, some type of regular meeting where they could share common interests, common concerns, and get the best input from both of the expertise of both the boards.
That's a really good point, Tracy. I agree with you entirely. We did look into changing to a private contractual relationship with a couple of island folks that said that they would be able to do 2 things. They would be able to lower our per cost individual movement from the individual's home or business to the hospital, but it was going to give a higher response time. There were not going to be any ambulances based on the island. They were going to have to come from off the island to the island to pick up a patient, and from there down to the hospital, or if it wasn't our hospital, to some other hospital. Because of that, we still have almost 15,000 emergency visits per year. Many of those come in the form of the hospital. We have not had anything but fantastic responses. That's one of the great things about the jewel that is this position, to have 75,000 people have their own hospital. One of the things I wanted to do, in addition to a sustainability plan that I've outlined, is to do what, I don't know what Tracy said, but I'd like to find out how we can, working with the attorneys and local officials, to get an essential services statement put into either the charter, the city charter amendment, and basically state, along with police, fire, and school, that an emergency room, a trauma center, is part of what the promise is of an Alameda citizen and what they are paying for. And to have that in a coded, a codified way, I think would be a step towards working. As Tracy said, then we do have a reason to work together. And one, if you name it, my wife is Ellen Chan, who also is a local politician of many years, and I work with her every day.